Hi guys, so I'm back, Juicy here, and I guess it's story time. I guess I just want to talk about like surviving life after domestic violence, because it was something that I have experienced and lived through, and it was not a very long experience because I don't play that shit, but it was something that happened. I thought it could never happen to me because I am like real like rough and tough. Like I will get down in the mud with you. If we fighting, we fighting. So, I never thought that I could really be a battered woman or go through domestic violence, but I did. So I'm just gonna share that with a couple of you guys and see if you see, let you know like the signs. Like if you see any of these signs, then you kind of know what you're getting into. This might be a tad bit of a, I don't know how you call it, a mukbang, a mukbang, because I'm eating some yellow potatoes, the golden potatoes that I made. They come in a bag at Walmart. You can steam them and then microwave for 6 minutes. And then I've just put some butter, salt, garlic, and cheese on them. So I'm going to be doing that too a little bit, but not much because I know it's annoying for someone to talk and eat. It's just getting late and I need to get my food in and I want to do this video. So, I think I was about 29 and really, really foolish. Like I think I was going through a lot in life and I was tired of being single and I was looking for a relationship to settle down in. And of course I was doing the online dating because that's the thing now. You meet people online. I had met a couple of people online, was talking and chilling, like, getting to know people. Most of them either we're looking for somebody to take care of them, like money wise, or we're looking for like a second piece of ass, because most of them had wives and girlfriends or whatever. So it was just crazy, So I thought I had found the one, the possibly could be the one. He lived like an hour and a half to 2 hours away from me, but he seemed like really, really intelligent. Seemed like he had his head on straight, and that was like, it just caught me. So I was like, okay, we talked every day. I was feeling him more and more. So I was like, okay, he can't come up here and visit me. So I'm going to go visit him. Cool. I go down there and visit. And we have a good little time while we're there. The next day, it's time for me to leave. He was like, oh, I don't want you to leave. I want you to stay. I'm like, well, I can't stay because my daughter had something to do. I was like, but I don't have to turn the rental car back in until Monday. So if you want, you can come back up the road with me to where I live Saturday, spend the night, and then I would bring you back Sunday. It was so idiotic. I was so tired. It was so much running, but I did it. And got a way too high speeding ticket, which should have been my sign to stay the hell away from him, but it wasn't. So we continue to talk and get to know each other, and he tells me like he wants to move up here. He's tired of being down there. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, well, my cousin is a manager of a moving company. Like he can, he does the hiring. So he was asking me, what can your cousin get me on? I was like, yeah, he said, just let him know whoever it is or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. He sent me his information. I sent his stuff to my cousin. My cousin was like, I didn't know he didn't have a driver's license. I told my cousin I didn't either. So he couldn't get hired because he didn't have a valid driver's license. So he was here for a while without a job when he first moved up here. The very first comment was, oh, I need to take you to the gym because you fat. That was the first comment that he made. And my whole family was mad about that because everybody in my family is a big girl. Like, we don't have anybody that's under 200, 250. We don't have people like this. So we were all kind of like, how you gonna talk shit like you sitting in a family full of big girls? But he joked it off like, oh, not like that, just saying, she's only going into her 30s. She needs to be in good shape so she can live a good long life. That's all I'm saying. So I'm like, okay, cool. I let it play off that way. And the next thing is, he was at my house for a week. He had moved up here. We got here on a Sunday. He was at my house for, I want to say, a whole week. And then what he was doing was like going through all my stuff, going through my tablets, going through my phone when I go to sleep, because I don't put codes or locks on anything because I normally don't have anything to hide. I don't have a boyfriend, so I didn't put any codes on anything, and I would just fall asleep. He would go through everything. He ran across me talking to somebody like months ago that I had known for a long time, and decided that, you know, that was it. He was gonna move over to his cousin's house. So they come over that Friday, they pack up all the stuff, and he leaves. So he was there for 1 week. My birthday was on that Sunday. He went to, I think maybe they packed him. No, he stayed 2 days. That's what it was. He left, packed up. My birthday was coming up that weekend, but he told me he was going to be out of town in Panama City. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. At this point, we're not together because you done moved out. You done left me. It's my birthday. You know, you done left me kind of high and dry. I had used all my money that I had to spend for my birthday. I had used it all getting him moved up here. Like, I had to rent a car. I had to take off time. I had to get a hotel. You know, I had used all my birthday money getting him up here just for him to leave. So I was like, damn, that's fucked up. Some kind of way I came into $600 for my birthday, though. And he was just like, oh, you know, I don't have any money. Why would you tell me that you were able to get some money for your birthday? That was fucked up. I'm like, I was just saying that you couldn't stop what was meant for me. So, of course, he see I got money. He see that he don't got money. And what happens? He wants to come back. Of course. Come get me. I hate it here. I'm thinking that he's at his cousin's house. He's actually with a girlfriend. Another girlfriend that he had here who was actually pregnant by him at the time. He had been driving my car to her house. He had been staying at her house, having me pick him up from her house. I had no clue. So he gets back, and, you know, everything is all right in the beginning. And then I start asking him questions about stuff like, who is this chick, Jada, or whatever, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. He jumped bad at me. Oh, you just mad because I was in your car. Like, you questioning me. I went to go play basketball, and you questioning me just because I was out in your car. Like, stop asking me these questions. You ain't my mama. I'm like, okay. So, you know, we kind of go back and forth about that, and he says some underhanded shit. So I just walked home and was like, all right, bitch. I know it's wrong to call a man a bitch, but I just, at that point, the way he was acting, I was just like, fine, fuck it, bitch. I ain't got time. The next thing I know, I hear my door fly open, hit the wall. There's a big ass hole in my bedroom wall because he snatched my door open and chased me down the hallway. He, like, throws his body into mine and makes me fall on the floor. And it's just talking about how he was gonna do such and such. He was gonna fuck me up. So I got up and was like, do it. He was like, you done fell your big ass on the floor, fat stuff. So I was like, why do I have to deal with this, Lord? So, you know, of course he apologized, like all classic abusive men. He apologized, told me it would never happen again. If he ever got that mad again, he would just leave and go to his cousin's house. I'm like, all right, cool. So we move on. Days go by. We just doing what we do. I worked 2 jobs from my house, though, but I would be in the living room working, and he would be in my room, like, talking to the girl that he had that I didn't know about. So I couldn't even go in my room. Like, if I came back in my room while he was in there and laid across the bed, he'd be like, why you in here? Like, go back where you was at. Why you in here? You got work to do. You got stuff that you can be doing. Don't come in here bothering me. I'm like, I felt like I couldn't go into my own bedroom of my room at my house. Like, it was crazy. So I think the next argument was about coming to my job. I was being honored for being an employee for over 10 years. And they allowed us to bring in 1 additional person that was over 18 to be a part of our celebration, our Employee Appreciation Week celebration. I asked him if he wanted to go. Before I even got the tickets, he said yes. I said, okay, cool. So it came down to it. He ended up not going. He was just like, I might think about going. So the way he said it is, I thought he was joking. He was like, I might go. I might think about going. So I'm figuring that we joking. So I say, oh, you better come. Like, you told me you was coming. You better come. I could have invited somebody else. So he gets mad, unbeknownst to me, because like I said, I think we joking. Puts me in a chokehold and like hits me on top of the head and is like, see, that's your problem. You don't know how to be a woman. You always trying to be in the man's spot. learn how to be a woman. I'm like, what in the world are you talking about? What did I do wrong? Child, he laid down and went to sleep. I went and laid on the floor. Like, I just could not. So the next time was like some bullshit, like pushing each other back and forth, but his pushes started to get a lot stronger and his hits started to get a lot stronger. Like, at first it was just like play fighting, and then everything just kind of got harder and stronger as time went along. And I'm just like, I don't know if we fighting or if you fight. Like, I don't know. He was like, nah, I'm just teaching you how to be a woman. I'm teaching you how to stay in your place. I was like, this nigga's crazy. So last straw was something was wrong with my tire. Now, he had been driving my car, realizing something was wrong with my tire, didn't say anything. I drove it the one night and was like, something is wrong with the tire. It's making noise. It's driving crazy. Something's wrong with the tire. I drove it that night, and then I drove it that morning to the celebration he was supposed to come to, but didn't because he was laying in bed. So I get home from that celebration. I lay down and go to sleep because I was exhausted. I had been up till after 2 o'clock in the morning picking him up from work and had to be up to take my kids to school and to be at our celebration by 8 o'clock. I was exhausted. So I came home and laid down. By the time it was time to take him to work, I didn't have time to stop at the tire shop. So on the way to taking him to work, the tire blows. There wasn't really much I can do about it. Of course, he cusses me out. It's my fault. I shouldn't have been lazy. I shouldn't have been a lazy fat bitch. I shouldn't have came home and laid down. I should have took care of it. Now I'm gonna make him lose his job. I'm like, you're right down the street from your job. Like, you can walk. All this fussing that you're doing, you can walk. Well, he gets out the car. He looks in the trunk where my spare is, and yes, I had a lot of shit in my trunk because I was in the process of moving, and I used my car and the moving truck, so I hadn't taken the stuff out of my car yet. So he was like, oh, all this goddamn shit back here, you stupid lazy bitch, I'll knock your bitch ass face off. He thinks I can't hear any of all this though. He thinks he's just back there venting, but I can hear it all. So I was like, did you just call me a bitch? Oh no, I didn't. In my mind I did. I was like, no, you call me a bitch out loud. Like, I fucking heard you. So he takes off walking to work, leaves me on the side of the road with a busted tire. Somebody picks him up and takes him on to work, and I'm sitting outside waiting on Papa Lock to come and change my tire. That happens, and I go on about my day. I figured that I'm not talking to him no more. That's it. So I'm hanging out with my friends. I had to go pick up my niece because my sister was in the hospital. And, you know, I'm just going on about life. Well, of course, midnight comes around. He calls with all his apologies and says that he got mad and he shouldn't have. He was sorry for everything he said. You know, we'll be all right. We'll be able to get back on the right track. He'll make sure he keeps an eye on the tires and everything else. Okay, I'll see you tonight when I get off. I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this to myself? So he gets off. I go pick him up. He gets home. He has a bug up his ass about something. We were joking about cheating, and I told him, I was like, well, you couldn't get anybody that's better than me. Oh, why did I say that? Because he just had to let me know that there were plenty of people better than me. Oh, you fat, you chubby, you this, you that. Nobody really wants you. You all right, but you ain't, you know, you ain't top material. So I'm just like, all right, cool. So he goes in over and over again for more than 30, 45 minutes. You fat. Don't nobody want you. You think you thick. Whoever told you thick, they lied to you because you just fat. You just got a stomach. You need to work out. I mean, so I'm like, good night. All right, good night. I'm about to start crying because now it's bothering me. Like, normally I wouldn't let stuff like that bother me, but now it's bothering me. It's getting to me. So I'm about to start crying. I'm saying good night. He was like over there crying with your little weak ass. Like, I was like, that don't make me weak. I'm just asking you to stop trying to tear me down. Like, you don't know how long it took me to get my confidence and my self-esteem to where it is now. So don't try to break that down now. That's some old coward shit. So he kept going. Then he was like, see, that's why I want to bust you in your mouth because you don't never know when to shut the fuck up. Now, I have not said anything the entire time that he has been berating me. All I have been saying was good night. I have not said anything else. Just good night. So after he says that, I say, we'll do it. Just go ahead and do it. I just want this to be over. I put my glasses on. I turn the light on and I tell him, it's time for you to go. Get your shit and get the fuck out of my house. I'm not one of them weak ass women that can take a man just breaking their self-esteem down. I let him do it for way too long. So I was just like, get your shit and go. Like, bye. He was like, oh no, I'm leaving, but I'll come back and get my stuff later. I said, no. You will get all of your shit and you will take it now. He gets mad. He jumps across the room, punches me, throws me to the carpet, jumps on my back, and is mushing my face into the carpet. My glasses are on, mind you, and I cannot see without my glasses. If my glasses would have broken, I would have been screwed. So I get my head turned to the side in order to get off my glasses. I get my glasses off and I start kind of hitting him inside the face to get off of me. He gets up and he, you know, just talking trash, just really trying to get back to me. I hit 911. He takes off out the door. He's talking trash though. I have 911 on one phone and my homegirl on my cell phone. He's talking mad trash. And so my homegirl's like, tell him just take his ass on. 911, ma'am, you cannot argue with him while we're on the phone. I'm like, what do you expect me to do? This man is talking to me. He's threatening me. And he's walking out of my door with my stuff. Like, come on. So they get a police officer called out there. I realized that my knee is busted completely open. And I realized that, through a text message, he says he can't be involved with the police because he doesn't want to go back to jail. If I just let the police leave and let him come back, he'll get all of his stuff tonight. And he'll bring me back my tablet because he stole it on his way out the door. So I'm like, you had time to pick up my shit, but not your own shit. Oh, okay. So he comes back. The police help him get his shit, escort him off. They tell him, you know, if she was fat, if you feel like she's fat or if you feel like she's ugly, why are you here? Like, you old enough to know if you don't want to be with her, then just don't be with her. Why try to break her down? Like, that doesn't make sense. So he leaves. He tells me later on that he had a girlfriend in Columbus and she was pregnant when he got here. He pretty much used me just to get to Columbus so that he could be with her because she didn't have a car or really a great apartment. Like, so he used me to live the good life while he wanted to be with her. So moral of the story is there are signs to a man that it's going to be domestic violence. There are always signs. Always just keep those signs in mind and realize, like, a tap, a push, or a shove is always going to get worse. So just keep that in mind. It was a very hard situation and I'm still actually dealing with it and getting over it. But it was a very hard situation. And I feel like anybody is capable of moving on. Just know your self-worth. Know that you are worth more than what any man is telling you, especially if he's bringing you down or beating you down with his words. Like, if I'm so fat, if I'm so this and that and ugly and black and nappy-headed, why are you even with me? Like, don't be here in order just to break me down. Let another man who thinks that how I look is beautiful to him come and lift me up. So that was my story, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. My potatoes are cold now. Y'all guys have a good night.